Let me share the screen. So welcome everyone to the fundamentals to gain inner peace. Fundamentals are the important pieces. I believe tonight will be more of an awareness, a lot of interesting concepts. I will not hold it for too long. Hopefully it'll be less than a half hour, and afterwards we'll have some time to have some question and answer for a few minutes. And then you can go do your exercises. Okay. So when you hear the words inner peace, what comes to your mind? So I mentioned last Sunday night, whoever was there by Coach Menachem on Sunday night, in the introduction, I did that short exercise that you say the 3 words after me, 3 simple words, but it does wake up a lot of things inside of us. And to wait a few seconds to see what are the thoughts behind it. And the words were basically, I am enough. And for many people, it brings up a lot of feelings. For many people, it's all different. And thank you very much for sending in the emails, all of those that I got very interesting emails about what came up for them when they say the words, I am enough. But that's important. We're going to go into those a little bit today to see what's behind those thoughts. And the truth is, we are in the days of Elul before Rosh Hashanah. And when you talk about these things, everybody has a different feeling. Everybody feels something. Some people understand what they're feeling. Some people don't. Some people could explain it. But everybody has some certain feelings. But again, introspection, a time of introspection, it's really going inwards. It's going inside of us. And we don't always do that. So that's why it brings up things that we're not used to. And hopefully today we will slowly see where we get to on the journey. So when you hear the words inner peace, peace means one thing and inner is another thing. When you put them together, it takes you on a real journey. So if you can do me a favor and you can put in the chat, just put in one word. And nobody could see it, it only comes to me. Just type in a word that comes up when you hear the word inner peace. So we have calm. Some people feel relaxed, very good. Happy, serenity, peace, joy. Just feel good. Grateful. Enough, or just fine. These are amazing feelings. These are feelings that we would love to have more often. But this is what we're looking for, to be able to be real, not needing to please or to do things that we don't want. We can just be relaxed and just be. Now, the thing is that we need to see what's going on behind in our thoughts and our feelings. Now, there are 2 places we're going to need to go. One is the external. If you can think of one thing in your life, in the external, what's going on around you, one thing that you're telling yourself, if only that would change. If only that thing would be taken care of, my life would be much easier. And it's good if you can jot it down on a piece of paper, just for yourself, just that one thing in your life. You look around in your life, I'm sure you have a lot of grateful things, but there are things that people are going through, which is hard. And they would love if it would change. That's one thing in the external world. And another thing in the internal world, like when we mentioned, I am enough, what comes up? What are your beliefs? And where do you find yourself? You're self-critical about yourself. Your belief about yourself. Basically, your belief, it could be it's not true, and it comes from somewhere which we're not going to go now, early childhood or wherever it is. It doesn't really make a difference now. As of now, your beliefs are your reality. That's who you are. That's how you feel. So if you can write them down, our goal tonight is to bring them out a little bit on the table so we can look at them, even though sometimes they could be very painful, but we need to be able to see them, understand what's down in the subconscious. And what I call that is basically murky water. It's the places where we don't want to go. But the truth is that really controls us a lot. It's subconscious. Many people don't know about it, but based on what we do every day comes from those beliefs and those subconscious feelings and thoughts. So if we can bring it on the table, if we can look at them, eventually maybe we can do something with them. But as of now, they're controlling. So bring it out, write it down on a piece of paper. Good job. I see some of you are writing, maybe a few are scared, but it's okay, nobody sees it. Now the problem is, the challenge, like we mentioned, which we hear a lot of times, we live in this world which there is no time. And this itself that you came tonight to listen to me is really a step towards growth and healing, because we are so busy, there's so much going on. And there's a reason, the truth is there's a reason why we're very busy. Subconsciously, our mind could be keeping us busy. And one of the reasons is because we don't want to face those things that we spoke about before that you wrote down. We don't want to face the reality. We don't want to face those inner feelings, the subconscious. We don't want to face it. So better be busy. Let me just be busy. And that's it. And then we look around the world that's running so fast and we try to compare with others. And automatically, we're not going to feel good about ourselves. Make sure other people are happy with us and just keep on doing. Today with the cell phones and with technology, it's amazing. It really keeps us busy so we don't have to think about ourselves. It's really good. However, what happens is the results is anxiety, stress, and depression. All of those things, if we can't relax and just be ourselves, then what happens is after a while, we feel something, we don't know what it is, but we're like, where is this all going? What am I doing? What am I looking for? So yes, subconsciously, it keeps us busy because we don't want to face these things. But if we can bring them out and eventually look at them, hopefully, in Hashem, we can realize what's controlling us and then see if it's true or not and see what we can do with it. So we're going to start talking about the brain a little bit. You know, even over here on the screen, it mentions that every minute you have 48.6 thoughts per minute, and that's 70,000 thoughts per day. There's a lot going on, and you might not be aware of those thoughts. But we're gonna go into the science we're not going very deep into the science, just to see a basic idea how the brain works. And the truth is, even if you're sitting on the couch and you'll tell me, Menachem, I'll tell you the truth, many times in the day I do relax. I sit on the couch, I take it easy. But the truth is, even though your body looks like it's sitting on the couch, but many times in your mind, there's so much going on that you're not really relaxed. Yes, it's good. I'm happy you're taking some time off for yourself. However, we have to realize how the brain works. So these are 4 levels that the brain works, beta, alpha, theta, and delta. We're going to discuss basically beta and alpha. Drop theta, but theta and delta is usually sleeping. Theta is right before you fall asleep or right after you get up, which is pretty relaxed state. But on a regular day, when you're running around, alert, busy, that's the beta. That's when your brain is in beta and the waves are pretty much up and down, and your heart works the same way. These are waves of the brain. But the heart also very shallow, in and out, busy, always busy. The beta waves happens when you're awake and alert. Okay, now you're probably pretty much in the beta, listening, focusing. However, the beta waves are also is also associated with stress, anger, things that make you irritable, your moods go up and down. It's really in the fight and flight mode. It's pretty stressful. After a while, you feel you need to take some time off. Sometimes you can feel like you're running around like a chicken without a head. It's really something that gets chaotic. This is when you're alert, there's a lot going on. And most people, when you see them during the day, they're in the beta waves. The moodiness goes up and down, anxiety, sometimes depression, pretty much shallow breathing and fast pace. However, if we go down to the next level is the alpha. Okay, over there, it's a little bit more relaxed. And that happens when you can take time off. And I know some people get scared of the word meditative, but for now, just leave it. Meditative state, which we'll see soon, just breathing in and out. And we feel peaceful and calm. Those are some words that people put in the beginning that they're looking for, a little bit of peace, a little bit of calm. And interesting, the next thing is habits and fears seem to melt away. It's like when you're in the beta states, you're just running the rat race. You just have to do, you have to continue. There's so much to do and your habits keep on going. There are fears of other people, fears of what things are going on, maybe a boss or whatever it is. You have to continue. So there's stress the whole time. But when you go into the alpha states, you can take off your jacket and relax. And you come a little bit into the peaceful moments, some calm. Then people could become more creative. You start thinking a little bit out of the box, which many people can't because they're in a rush. They're always busy. And the next thing is the flow states. Flow state is basically when things are working out. Could you imagine if you have that a little bit more often in your day? Things should be working out the way you want, relax, taking care of things because you know you're choosing to do it because it has to get done, but that's okay in the relaxed state. So basically alpha is really when, the truth is there are certain people say it's theta, which we'll get to in a minute, but I'll say for now it's pretty much before you fall asleep and right when you get up in the morning, if you're not in a rush. Basically, there's nothing going on. It's quiet. Your mind is quiet. But we'll go a little bit deeper. The next level is the theta states, which everything slows down. That means the activities and your thoughts can slow down and you become more intuitive of things around you. And then you have the daydreaming and fantasizing. Now, these are things that people, they're not aware that they would want it. Because what do I have from these things? But this is the creative state, the state of relaxed, of just being. So you can be whoever you are and not need to please, like we mentioned, and just enjoy the moment, which we'll discuss, a little bit of mindfulness, just be where you are, not to run away. It's interesting for those who know Rabbi Dr. A.J. Twersky. He mentions that he went once, he had to go to a bathhouse. He went in and after a few minutes inside the hot, warm water, he finished and he was about to go out. And the person over there that takes care, he asked him, where you going? He said, I'm done. I said, done what? It takes time. You have to stay there 20 minutes, just stay there. And he wasn't aware, but he mentions it in his book. That's when he became aware of, he was uncomfortable with himself doing nothing. Because what happens is your thoughts come in and a lot of negativity comes in and you just want to continue life. Let me just go on, because if not, this is uncomfortable. And that's when he came up with the self-esteem. And he says that he basically wrote 55 books, all on self-esteem, which is amazing. And if you think about it, there's a lot of research just by being able to tell yourself that I'm enough. Those words, that itself can heal from a lot of anxiety, from a lot of addiction. Now, again, I'm not saying you should do it yourself, but basically, many people are running away from themselves. And if we can become aware of what they're running away from and just take a deep breath and relax, things can become much easier. Okay, so now people have a difficulties embracing their inner spirituality. This is another thing, especially for today's days. When it comes Elul and Rosh Hashanah, people want to connect, and people have a hard time connecting. But connecting, what do you mean by connecting? All of what we mean by connecting is spiritual. And that can only come if you can stop, take a few minutes and realize what's going on and connect. But if we're running in this fast-paced world, it's very hard to be able to connect. And then finding peace and happiness. All of these things that we're looking for, basically, is what I would say, I was going to say it's the other side of the murky waters, all of the things that we become aware about ourselves. But the truth is, it's inside the murky waters. When we become aware of all the things we don't want to become aware of, the subconscious thoughts, all of those things, when we can bring them on the table and say, yes, this is a feeling I feel for whatever reason, and just put it on the table. Slowly, we can relax and find these words that we're looking for: happiness, joy, being in the moment, being grateful for certain things, and being able to connect. This is something that I've had many experiences with many clients, that people come in with a lot of pain, a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety. Now, again, if you need professional, I'm not telling you to go to a coach, but the truth is, when they come in and talk about it, I tell them it's pretty bad. It sounds very, very bad. The waters are very murky. It's dirty. Okay, so what should I do about it? I don't know. I guess there's nothing to do about it. As of now, this is what it is. And basically, I go with them into their, like, put myself in their shoes, sit down with them in the murky waters. And they tell me, I want to get out of here. I'm sure you do. And I want you to get out. I also want you to get out. But as of now, this is where you are. But I want to get out. This itself that you want to get out is causing all the anxieties, causing that pain, is making the pain much worse. But yes, there are certain things in your life that you just don't like. And I'm here with you, which we'll see soon. We need some validation. Sometimes there are no solutions. But as of now, what we need is the awareness. That we need to become aware of what's under the rug. And again, we don't have to do it all in one day. You could do it slowly. If you could just write one thing, like we mentioned before, one thought, just one thing that comes up, one external and one internal, a belief about yourself, and you put it down on a piece of paper. Afterwards, you'll be able to rip it up so nobody sees it. So just that you put it on the table and you become aware of what comes up when you do start to relax a little bit. What are all those thoughts? I would love my life to be, well, everything would be different. If this could change, if I can't take it. And the truth is, we need to stop for a moment, because there are many people out there who are in real pain. And just hearing some stories that are going on, it's painful. There's nothing to talk about. And many times, which we'll have to go to the next slide for that. Many times you do need to be in denial. And that's a coping mechanism. It's okay for our brain. Our brain does it for a reason. Hashem made us that sometimes we do need to be in denial. Sometimes people go on in life and they go back to work, something happens, and they could just continue. And you look at them like, how do you do it? And they're like, I'm fine. Yeah, it's good. I'm just fine. I'm fine. Yeah. But really what happens, they're in denial, which is okay. And don't try to take them out of it. And these are very important, the stages of that, which is, it's really stages for death. Somebody loses somebody, chas v'shalom. But the truth is, these stages are applicable anytime and anything in your life. that doesn't work your way. If there's anything that you don't like, basically, there's a grief process. And we might find ourselves in one of these 5 stages. And very important to know that wherever you are, it's fine. Because this is how it works. You can't change people. Really, what has to happen is you have to be able to come to it by yourself. So many people are in denial. Now, by us Yidden, when people go through hardships, we run right away to Menachem Bernfeld. I do want to talk about that for a minute, because we know that if somebody else goes through a hardship and you tell them about Menachem Bernfeld, the truth is that's cruel. That's the wrong thing to do. What you need to do is, like we discussed before, just be there, listen, and that's it. Don't try to give them chizik now, because they don't want to hear it. Now, what I'm adding is that many times when we ourselves go through a situation in our life, it's also not the right thing to go with a minute of. Not always are we ready to hear. We do know it. We know it logically. We know Hashem runs the world. We know everything is for the good. But when we feel that pain, we're going through a certain situation in our life that hurts. Just running to a minute of, that could be a way of denial. The truth is that we want to run to it as the last step, as an acceptance. We're saying, yes, I don't like it, but I'm accepting it. Hashem did it, and I believe this is good. So we want to go there, and we tell ourselves that we accept it. But many times it's a denial. It's not really accepting. Accepting is hard. And for those who go through hardship, who have went through hardship, can tell you, to get to the situation of acceptance is very hard. And it usually comes after the stage calling depression. Now, nobody likes to feel that, okay? So that goes into the whole topic about being able to feel, just being able to feel those negative feelings which we don't like to feel. And it doesn't go overnight. And that's why what we're learning tonight, if it's something that opens your eyes about something about yourself or about the external world that you would love to change, do it slowly. If you could spend 2 minutes to relax, do some deep breathing, and feel, just feel. You might be in the anger stage, you'll feel the anger. If you can just feel that, feel the anger, feel the depression, see if you're in the bargaining state. Bargaining basically is, if a child wants something from the parent, and let's say the child wants a cookie from the parent, they know the parent is not going to let. So they automatically in their mind, right away, they tell themselves, let me come up with a way that my mother's going to let me. Mommy, can I take it for tomorrow's snack? So they are bargaining. Sometimes we do it with Hashem. Something is not working out in our life. We say, Hashem, listen, I'll do this, I'll do that, which from the outside, it sounds good. And I'm not taking it away from you. If you want to say the whole Tillim, which is beautiful. If you want to daven more and you're going to do much more mitzvahs, which is beautiful. However, you need to realize where you are so that you can do what you need to do. Let's say you can't say the whole Tillim. Doesn't always work. But as of now, you need to, and you're bargaining, you're saying, Hashem, I'll do this. So you do that. Hashem, please take care of this. I'll do this. So that's the bargaining part. But again, wherever you are, I'm not going to take you out from there. The important piece is to be aware of where I am with that certain things that I don't like. Sometimes I could be in denial and you'll tell me, Menachem, yeah, it doesn't bother me at all. I accepted it already. And I might think, yes, it could be, but it could be you're just in the beginning stages and it could take time. It could take many years till it hits somebody, which we don't like to hear. It sounds like, okay, everything is good, everything's fine. It happened many years ago. We don't know. And it could be a person is in anger, and that's fine. It's okay. I know we're not supposed to get angry. That's a mitzvah Hashem when we'll be malachim. Mitzvah Hashem, we won't be angry. But as of now, we're still human, and we're still working on ourselves. And we do feel, and we feel angry sometimes. So just feel it. If you can sit and feel that anger, it's worth $1 million, because that's what we're looking for, to be able to sit and feel. and you might be in a place of depression. Now, again, I'm not discussing the depression that if you find yourself many weeks and for a very long time, you might need some professional help, which is okay. But if your life goes on, but you do feel something holding you back, or something is not the way you feel it. And it could be a sense of depression. It could be. And maybe you'll find a way how to get out of it. A doctor might prescribe some pills if you need to. But again, there is some depression there. And after that depression part, you can get the acceptance and say, wait a second. This is where I am. Let me look around again in my life. I do have some things to be grateful for. I have a lot of stuff to be grateful for, but only after you go through the process, you can start seeing and being grateful for what you have. But if you run right away to acceptance, that's not really accepting. That can be in denial. And after a while, you're not sure why you're not feeling or connecting, and you're busy all day. And we know why, because you need to, because it's very hard for you to face reality. Take a deep breath. And I know some of it can be heavy. And again, I just want to reiterate again the very important piece that sometimes it's not okay to run to minute b'tuchen, even for yourself. And those who have heard me before know that journaling helps. If you can sit down when you feel whatever you feel, take a pen and paper and go into a quiet place and just write down all your thoughts on a piece of paper. You'll be surprised. It helps. And it's just amazing what comes out. Just whatever it is, write it down. And before we continue, we do need to talk about validation. Like I did mention before, but it's the self-validation. Don't start judging yourself, saying, wait a second, if I feel like this, it must be wrong. I don't know. Let's put right and wrong away. Let's just be aware. Okay, when you sit down and you do relax, you get to those, you start feeling those feelings and hearing those voices. Just listen to it. It is. That's it. It's not right and it's not wrong. It just is. This is how I feel. And this concept of validation is very important in any relationship. Talk about a kid that cries and comes to the parent. And for the parent, it's a small thing. So you'll tell the kid, okay, just, go on. What you just did was dismiss the child's feelings. And many times when we do have such parents, what happens to the child? We grow up telling ourselves, feelings are not okay. So let me just go on. And many of us can be coming from there. And that's why we're talking about how to come back to ourselves and a feeling is okay. So to dismiss is very, it tells the other person that I don't care how you feel. Now it's any relationship. It can be your kids, it can be a spouse, it can be at work, wherever it is, to be able to understand and just be there for them. Don't give them the solutions. That's the first thing they teach in Shulam Bias. When your wife tells you about a certain problem, don't come up with a solution, because the men usually are solution oriented. And they say, okay, what's the big deal? Do A, B, and C. You missed the boat. There's some feelings over there that you have to be able to tap into those feelings and understand it's not a question of right and wrong. This is how I feel now. And breathe. That's it. What are we going to do about it? Nothing. It's okay. This is how I feel. And this is where I am. Let's try this out for a minute. If we can just do an exercise, okay? There's going to be a 3-minute guided, I'm not going to call it meditation. But if you can find a comfortable place, just for 3 minutes, I'm sure you're all comfortable, but if you're driving, don't do this. And just a second. Let's start. So if you can close your eyes, I invite you, when you take your next breath, to simply be conscious about your breath. Allow your breath to bring you into the present moment, here and now. Breathe through your nose and out through your mouth. Inhale cool air and nurture yourself. Exhale warm air and expel any tension and negative emotions. Feel your feet connected to the ground. Gently correct your posture by slowly lifting your chin until the top of your head radiates up towards the sky. Relax your shoulders down like ice melting in a hot spring, and feel your neck grow long. Relax your forehead. Relax your eyes. Relax your jaw. Relax your ears. And relax the muscles at the back of your neck. Notice your breath and allow it to bring you into the present moment where you're safe, you're relaxed, and doing something positive. Notice your thoughts. Let thoughts go by like leaves floating in a mountain stream. Bring your attention to your breath. Disengage from the past and from the future. Enjoy the present moment. Begin to cultivate an inner peace, a safe place in your heart, filled with love and light. Take a deep breath. And you can open your eyes. How does that feel? Now, for many people, it could be bringing up things that they don't like, but I hope you felt a little bit of relaxation, a little bit of some peace, and this is very short. If you can do it for longer, that would be beautiful. But if you can't, just for 2 minutes, being able to relax, take a few minutes off where your heart can slow down, your mind can slow down, and then you can tap into all the things that we were discussing and slowly get to some inner peace. Sorry. So to conclude, just a second. Conclusion. Okay, so we'll finish with this. Basically, let's go over what we discussed. Number one is to gain all of those things that we're looking for, the inner peace. We need to be able to sit in that murky water, some water that we don't like, those things that come up, and be able to stop and become aware of what it is that you don't like. And then to be able to validate, just be there. Don't try to fix it. Don't try to figure out how you can get out of it. Basically, you can see where you are with the dabda process. See if you're in denial. See if you're feeling anger. Whatever you feel, just feel it and breathe. That's it. Feeling and breathe. That's experiencing. So eventually, if you can learn to experience even those negative feelings, you'll be able to experience the positive feelings. So basically breathe and don't fight it. Whatever it is, be there for a few minutes. Only then can we start with the process and getting into the inner peace. Now, basically tonight was pretty much an awareness. You can start doing an exercise to do active relaxation, to find a quiet place every day. If you can do it for 10 minutes, sit there for a few minutes. I do recommend you have a pen and paper, so when thoughts come up, you write them down, so it becomes a little bit easier. But just breathe and focus on your breathing. Feel the air going in and out. It sounds simple and it sounds easy, but let me tell you, I've tried, and after a minute or two, there are so many things you got to do. You have to go on. Your brain, your whole body starts telling you, hello, don't stay here. Take a deep breath and say, I'm okay. Put on your timer for 10 minutes and just stay there and focus on your breathing. When your thoughts take you somewhere else, that's okay. Don't be critical. Just bring them straight back to your breath. And that could happen many times. And that's okay. This is what we're doing. Focus on your breath and bring back your mind. Focus on your breath and bring back your mind, because your mind is going so fast. It's very hard to slow it down. Eventually, by doing this many times, you will be able to slow it down, be able to see things you don't like, so that you'll be able to be in the present moment, not being running away from those things. And in Mitzvah Hashem, this is the beginning of the process to gain inner peace. And in Mitzvah Hashem, I'm hoping that we can continue next week, Wednesday, Mitzvah Hashem. And we'll also do it 9 o'clock, and we'll finish for now. I will open it up for question and answer for a few minutes. For those who feel comfortable, can raise your hand and we'll let you ask. Thank you for being here, and it was really great geschmack. Just a second. Here we are. If you don't feel comfortable asking a question live, you can always send it in to coachmenachem@gmail.com. Always welcome for feedback. Let me know what came up. You don't have to tell me your life story, but just how it opened up, whatever it is. The feedback is always good, so we can take it to the next level in Mitzvah Hashem. Any questions, send it to coachmenachem@gmail.com, and I'll wait another minute to see if somebody has any questions, anybody raising their hand. And if not, I will wish you all a good night, a peaceful night, and enjoy the moment. Hatzlacha Rava, thank you very much. Oh, okay, let me ask one more. I'll open it up, just a second. Unmute. Here we go.
Hi, this is Dina. Can
How
you
are
hear
you?
me?
Yep.
Baruch Hashem. I found the skills very helpful, and this is kind of a wild question. Would you be willing, like the end part where you talked about the relaxation and the breathing, do you have a tape or could you make one?
For sure, for sure. What do
Because
you
I
mean
found
with
it
the
very
music?
helpful.
Music is always good. Yes, we can send me an email, and I can send you a recording, at least part of this recording, with the relaxation techniques.
Okay, who do I send? Because I'm not technical savvy.
Coach
So-
Menachem
Okay,
@gmail.
Coach Menachem. All right, thank you so much. I appreciate
Thank
that.
you for the feedback. Anyone else? Questions, comments, positive feedback? Okay, so I guess we'll call it a night. Thank you very much. And Mitzvah Hashem, I hope to do it next week, Wednesday night. We'll send out an email, and you can send me an email with any questions, coachmenachem@gmail.com. Have a great night.